Infante Juan of Spain, Count of Barcelona, Don Juan Carlos Teresa Silverio Alfonso de Bourbon y Battenberg, June 20, 1913, April 1, 1993, was the third surviving son and designated heir of King Alfonso XIII of Spain and Victoria Eugenia of Battenberg. His father was replaced by the Second Spanish Republic, and under his son, Juan Carlos I, a constitutional monarchy was restored. As King of Spain, he would have been Juan III. Early life and marriage. Juan was born at the Palace of San Ildefonso. His father was forced into exile when the Second Spanish Republic was proclaimed on April 14, 1931. Owing to the renunciations of his brothers Alfonso of Spain, Prince of Asturias, and Infante Jaime, Duke of Segovia, Infante Juan was thus next in line to the defunct Spanish throne. He thus received the title Prince of Asturias when he was serving with the British Royal Navy in Bombay. In March 1935, he passed his naval exams in gunnery and navigation, which would have entitled him to become a lieutenant in the Royal Navy if he gave up his Spanish nationality. This, however, he refused to do. He met his future wife at a party hosted by Victor Emmanuel III of Italy on the day before his sister, Infante Beatriz, was to be married. He married Princess Maria Mercedes of Bourbon to Sicilies, 1910–2000, known in Spain as Doña María de las Mercedes de Bourbon das Sicilias y Orleans, in Rome on October 12, 1935. Just before the birth of the Infante Juan Carlos, the Count of Barcelona decided to go hunting, with the doctor telling him and his wife that the future king would not be born for weeks. When he was told of the birth, he drove to the hospital so quickly that he broke an axle spring. They had 4 children, 10 grandchildren and 17 great-grandchildren. Infanta Pilar, Duchess of Badajoz, July 30, 1936, she married Luis Gómez Acebo y de Estrada, Vizconde de la Torre on May 6, 1967. They have 5 children and 9 grandchildren. Juan Carlos I of Spain, January 5, 1938, he married Princess Sofia of Greece and Denmark on May 14, 1962. They have 3 children and 8 grandchildren. Infanta Margarita, Duchess of Soria, March 6, 1939, she married Don Carlos Zarida y Delgado on October 12, 1972. They have 2 children. Infante Alfonso of Spain, October 3, 1941–March 29, 1956, they lived in Caen and Rome, and, with the outbreak of World War II, they moved to Lausanne to live with his mother, Queen Victoria Eugenie. Afterwards, they resided at Estoril, in Portugal. Claimed to the Spanish throne, Don Juan became heir apparent to the defunct Spanish throne after the renunciations of his 2 older brothers, Alfonso and Jaime, both in 1933. To assert his claim to the throne, after his father's death he used the title of Count of Barcelona, a sovereign title associated with the Spanish crown. In 1936, his father sent him to enter Spain and participate in the uprising, but, near the French border, General Mola arrested him and sent him back. When General Francisco Franco declared Spain a monarchy in 1947, he characterized it as a restoration. However, Franco was afraid that Don Juan would turn out to be too liberal and roll back the Falanist state. As a result, in 1969, Franco passed over Don Juan, who would have been king if the monarchy had continued uninterrupted, in favor of his son Juan Carlos, who Franco believed would be more likely to continue the Francoist state after his death. Don Juan Carlos later surprised many by his support of democratizing Spain. Franco and Don Juan did not have a good relationship, with the Count constantly pressing Franco to restore the monarchy. Relations soured further when Juan called Franco an illegitimate usurper, while Franco claimed he had a stronger claim to rule Spain than did Don Juan. Don Juan formally renounced his rights to the crown 8 years after being displaced as recognized heir to the throne by Franco, and 2 years after his son Don Juan Carlos had become king. In return, his son officially granted him the title of Count of Barcelona, which he had claimed for so long. He was buried as Juan III, John III of Spain, with honors due a king, in the royal crypt of the monastery of San Lorenzo del Escorial, near Madrid. His wife survived him by 7 years. He was fond of the sea, and joined the naval school at San Fernando, Cadiz, and had tattoos of a marine theme from his time in the British Royal Navy. He was the 1165th Knight of the Order of the Golden Fleece in Spain.